girls, God's design, every line, every sign.
Welcome back. This is Mia Deneen, Thick Girl Theology, where we have brave body talks for women of faith. We have brave body talks for women in the intersection of race, faith, body image. We just talk about all the good stuff here. So welcome. Today, we are continuing our journey through the principles of intuitive eating, and we've arrived at the 9th principle, which is movement. Now, what we're going to talk about today is that one of the greatest lies I think we've believed, maybe most of us have believed it from when we were young children or things that we were exposed to in our upbringing, and that is that our bodies are problems that can be solved. Our bodies are problems to solve. And maybe we watched our family members dieting, maybe we watched TV, maybe we heard conversations, and somehow early on, we agreed with the notion that our bodies were problems and that they were going to be constant problems for the rest of our lives, that we had to keep working and working to solve them, or it was going to cost us something. Acceptance, love, friendship, an invite to the party. It was going to cost us something. But what I want to tell you today is that your body is not a problem. Your body is your partner. God designed your body to be a vehicle through which you experience life. So you and your body are in partnership, not only to experience life, but more importantly, for the assignment for which God put you on this earth. And everything about you, the way you look, your nose, your height, your weight, your bone structure, your upbringing, everything is geniusly designed by God because you have a purpose that only you can carry out. And everything about you was crafted strategically for the carrying out of that purpose. See, you can touch people that nobody else can just because of you being you. Okay. You can see things the way nobody else can. Even your voice. I just learned this, that now in 2026, companies are starting to use voice recognition for security measures because your voice, the intonation of your voice is just as secure, even more secure than a fingerprint. So how about that, baby? Your voice matters and it is different. The beat of your heart is different from anybody else's. That means you will feel things that nobody else will feel. Your heart will beat, like the old saying says, to the beat of a different drum. Like your passions will be different from other people because you are you. So let me get off that soapbox because here we are talking about movement. But it was important that I go through that because movement becomes different. It hits different when we stop asking, how can I make my body change? And we start asking, how can I care for my body today? So partnership means that we are paying attention. For example, we do need to notice when we sit too long. For example, I was looking at this thing. I had, back in 2024, I had a car accident and I hurt my lower back. And, every now and then I have these flare-ups with my lower back. And sometimes I'm tempted to like sit down and really coddle the injury and, not move around too much until I read in this healthcare article that the most damaging thing you can do for injuries to the lumbar spine is sit too long. Sitting does more damage to the lumbar spine than whether than getting up and walking around and stretching. So we need to pay attention to that when we're sitting too long because, like my daughter, who is studying to be a doctor, says, sitting is the new smoking. So our bodies were not meant to live sedentary. We should move as much as we are able, okay? And that means different things for different people. We should be noticing when we're stiff and we need to stretch. We should be noticing when we're energized enough to challenge ourselves. And that might not be every day, but our bodies do give us feedback when it's like, oh, I can challenge myself. I can go a little further today. And that's when we should do that. We should notice when our body needs recovery. And so, movement, what I want to challenge you with today is, you know what? Movement can be a conversation and a partnership instead of a command and a demand. One of the simplest ways to partner with your body is to just interrupt sitting. Our bodies were designed to move, so we should take the stairs. Maybe we can walk to the mailbox. Maybe you can dance while you're folding laundry or take a quick walk around the block. If you have been living a sedentary lifestyle, the first step is not to go join the gym and hire a trainer. No, the first step is to just be conscious of interrupting your sitting. All right? Interrupt it. Break it up. And every time you move, you are reminding your body that you are here, you're alive, you're listening, and that this is a partnership. So, another part of movement, when we talk about our bodies being our partners, is that we should pursue pleasure in movement. God gave us bodies that can enjoy movement, that we're meant to enjoy movement. And because we're all different, different movement brings joy in different ways and for different people. See, somewhere along the line, we signed on to diet culture's lie that movement only counts if it's miserable. Movement only counts if you're hurting. Movement only counts if you're out of breath to the point of exhaustion, you're nauseated, you're walking funny, you're sore. But none of that is true because sustainable movement, and I have my own testimony about this, and I swear by it. Sustainable movement is enjoyable movement. Sustainable movement is enjoyable movement. You have to find something that you like to do. If you don't like the gym, or if you feel silly in the gym, or you feel like you're being judged, don't go. Do not go. Do not pay for that membership because you are an individual. And for some people, the gym is their happy place. But if it's not, then don't force yourself to go. You need to find your happy place of movement. And I believe we all have one. It could be gardening. Do you know how many calories are burned at gardening? Maybe more than the gym, is what statistics are saying. Maybe you like dancing. There's all these line dances that are out where you don't have to be out there, dancing by yourself. You can dance in a group. You can dance in a community. You can take a class. Maybe you like swimming. Go get in that pool. Maybe you do like strength training. Then go lift. Maybe you like just being out in nature and hiking and walking like I do. Then walk. Maybe you like pickleball. A lot of people like pickleball and it's fun. Or maybe you just like going on a neighborhood stroll with your friend or partner, and that works too. Maybe you're putting on your favorite gospel song and you're dancing around the kitchen while you cook. Maybe it's putting on your favorite R&B Beyonce song and it's dancing around the kitchen while you load the dishwasher. But find movement that makes you smile. Find movement that makes you happy because the best movement isn't the one someone else loves. It's the one that makes you want to come back tomorrow. That's what's going to make it sustainable, that you like it and you want to come back. The next thing I want to talk to you about is listening to your body. One of the beautiful things about intuitive eating is that it teaches us to reconnect with our body's wisdom. And that is just the opposite of what diet culture tells us to do. Diet culture tells us that we should disconnect and to ignore hunger and to ignore fullness and to ignore fatigue and to ignore pain and to ignore the signals God designed into our bodies. But partnership is about listening. Listen when your body needs recovery. Listen when your body feels sick. Listen when it feels stiff. Listen when it feels strong. And then challenge it when it does. Listen when your body needs fresh air and you need to step outside and take some deep breaths and take off your shoes and walk around in the grass and ground yourself. Because this is not weakness, it's wisdom. It doesn't mean we only move when we feel like it. It means that we give our bodies gentle nudges. We give it genuine rest. And we learn the difference because our body, once again, is not our enemy, it is our partner. So we allow our bodies to communicate with us. And we take our bodies along with us on the journey instead of disconnecting. Now, one more thing that I want to talk about, and I heard it my whole life growing up. No pain, no gain. Before you primp, you gotta pump. And all of those sayings like no excuses and nobody cares, work harder, and all of these things that we hear. And you know what? I do not think that it's the healthiest way to think about caring for the body God gave us. Now, I'm not saying don't challenge yourself because challenge is good and your body will let you know when it's time for a challenge. Our muscles do become stronger when we ask them to do something that they couldn't do before. And our heart does become healthier when we increase our endurance. So, yes, growth requires challenge, but challenge and punishment are not the same thing. They are not. Movement done in honor asks questions like, can I sustain this? Am I building strength or am I trying to prove something? Because honoring our bodies leaves room for joy. And the goal isn't to just survive some 30-day challenge. It is to build a life where movement becomes a natural expression, a daily expression of caring for the body God gave us. So we need to do away with some of those old mantras, no pain, no gain, and get in there and work hard and nobody cares. We need to think more along the lines of partnership and sustainability. How can I do this movement thing so that I can do it tomorrow and 5 years from now and when I'm 82? That's what the goal should be, in my opinion. So I also think that scripture gives us a beautiful balance here. It says in 1 Timothy 4:8, Paul is speaking and he says, for physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come. And Paul does not dismiss physical training because it has value. Your health and your strength and moving your body does matter. But movement is not your identity. It's not righteous. It's not a source of your worth. It has value, but godliness is where your eternal value lies. Who you are in God is where your eternal value lies. So we don't worship movement. We don't let it take up so much of our mental space that we feel like we're good if we do it and we're bad if we don't do it. We receive it as a gift because that's really what it is. So, in closing, what I want to ask you today is how can you partner with your body today? Maybe interrupting sitting, maybe taking a walk with someone you like. Maybe it means dancing in your kitchen, stretching before bed. Maybe it means getting a good lift session in. But maybe it also means rest because your body has carried you through a difficult season. Whatever it looks like, let it come from honor. Let it come from listening because movement is not punishment, it's partnership. It's one of the ways we steward the incredible gift God gave us. Until next time, God made your body and he called it good. I am Mia Deneen, Thick Girl Theology. Blessings and peace to you always.
Thick girls, God's design. Every line, every sign. Girl.